Is this the Canada our founding fathers dreamed of, or has something gone sorely sour? He went on to share much more that I will not get into here about Hamas and the realities of the Gaza and the West Bank, and that if Obama wanted to push a peace plan on the Middle East, he will have to figure out who exactly Israel is going to have a peace plan with. Reason being, he explained, that one of the express goals of the democratically elected Palestinian government is to wipe Israel, or should I say Israelis, their people, off the face of the earth. Even the nice Israelis, off the face of the earth. He looked at us as though challenging us to find an answer for Mr. Obama, saying again, who is Israel going to have a peace negotiation with? He also went on to share that the proposition of a contiguous state, Palestinian state, from the Gaza to the West Bank was the stupidest thing you could do for peace in the Middle East, because the only thing that was keeping Hamas and Fatah from killing each other was the fact that the physical land of Israel was separating them, like two children put in separate rooms until they cooled off. It was clear by implication that this pro-Palestinian, seasoned and respected Arab reporters seemed to think that all of us North American know-it-alls were pretty clued out on the reality of the political situation in Israel, seemingly brainwashed by the loudest voices that were screaming in our faces, on our campuses, or wherever. Please don't get angry with me. I am only quoting an expert. Again, we were all stunned as well. And at this point, I was beginning to be a little bit upset with the clear and obvious anti-Israel bias in the international and Canadian media, and wondering whose agenda this was and where it was all coming from. We began neutral as Canadians, just sitting down with a reporter, open and eager students of it all. We ended up shocked and deeply concerned for our nation. Deeply. If a man like this walks free in Palestine and yet needs 3 bodyguards in Canada, if Arabs and Jews cannot live together in peace in a nation that prides itself as being peacekeepers, then something has gone sour and dialogue has to happen. Someone needs to call it like it is and put their foot down regarding this craziness. I'm thankful for freedom of speech in Canada. I'm thankful that someone like me can share openly and genuinely a story like this and not be shut down yet. Sorry, I wrote that part before we got denied access to York University. I gave them the benefit of the doubt. Call me a nice Canadian. Since this encounter with Khaled, I have met many Jews and Arabs that live together in love and harmony in Israel. It is possible. I can only imagine such a beautiful expression here on our own university campuses. Maybe it's the season for men and women of courage to rise up and say, please put the pointing of fingers and the pointing of guns away. Maybe this is the time to recognize that things are not always as they seem, as I learned from my conversations both with Ali and Khaled, and be open to the possibility that we might have gotten a few things wrong in our national general perception. There is such a thing as unsanctified compassion whose basis is in deception. Perhaps this is the nation where bombs can be laid to rest and the freedom and peace that so many of you and so many of our ancestors came to this land to enjoy can be enjoyed by us all and maintained for future generations. Arab children have died. Jewish children have died. Christian children have died. I visited a young man who had a Purim package placed on his steps because he was a Christian. He opened it up and it erupted as a bomb. I also visited with Christians in Bethlehem who had their church, our team visited with Christians in Bethlehem who had their church bombed 14 times. The first case was by extremists on one side. The second case was by extremists on the other. Arab elders have died. Jewish elders have died. Arab soldiers have died. Jewish soldiers have died. Arabs have been forced out of their homes and homes bulldozed in Jerusalem. Jews have been forced out of their homes and homes bulldozed in the Gaza. Tourists have died. Countless Christians have also died. And it's all tragic. It is all tragic and it is all avoidable. How many more people have to die because of pride and ideologies that are fueled by a mandate to wipe others off the face of the earth? This is not the Canada that our founding fathers paid for with their sweat and with their lives. This is not the Canada that I dream of. This is not the Canada that immigrants came here for. But if our hearts are not turned in love, peace, and reconciliation one to another, it is the Canada that we will build, and those who build it will reap the results far beyond their lives. Do we see what is at stake here? Can we get over the pride and the emotionalism and step into the zone of understanding to get somewhere so much greater than where we are right now? I am speaking to you as a Canadian. I am speaking to you regarding Canada. I know that peace is possible. I've seen it with my own eyes as an Arab young man, ex-Hezbollah, hugged a Jewish IDF captain. Right before me, they embraced with love, compassion, and understanding, with tears in their eyes saying, "Will you forgive me? You are my brother. Let's build a future that is beautiful for us all, recognizing that we've all made mistakes. We have all seen imperfectly, and we can all choose to turn over a new page right now." This is the Canada that I can imagine.